Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Dialed In. It's the new NFL podcast where you can call and actually be a member of the show with Michael, John, and I. Speaking of which, I want to introduce my two co-hosts. We have Michael over there at Huddle Card Collection. How you doing, brother?
Great. What's happening, Anthony? How are you? Hello, Johnny.
What's up, fellas?
And we have John over there at Firestarter Breaks. How you doing, man?
Are you doing good yourself?
Can't complain, man. Excited to do this another week. We got Matty Ice in the house, and his team's been doing fantastic this year. We'll have to talk about how the ponies are going to do this week, whether or not they're going to win or lose. We also got to recap last week to see who was the champion amongst the three of us, to see who had the best record. We're also going to go up against ChatGPT's all-decade team. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. We're either going to be going against the 2020s, which would be like modern day, or we're going to be heading back in the DeLorean, and we're going to be going to 1990 or 1980. So it'll be
Jimmy?
interesting to see
Sean?
where we end up.
Hey, Sean. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, Sean. Appreciate you guys being here. Before we get started, gentlemen, any big news you guys wanted to talk about in the NFL?
Oh, man. Well, yeah. I mean, start off, just, injuries and stuff. Once again, the injury bug is getting right there. You have, Bosa for the 49ers. He basically blew out his ACL. He's done for the year. The Cowboys lost CeeDee Lamb. I think maybe 3 or 4 weeks. High ankle sprain. My Jets lost, the friggin' middle linebacker Quincy Williams. He went on IR, so he's definitely out a minimum of 4 weeks. So, and I know I might be missing a couple, but those were like the 3 little more
that was one of the pieces
popular players. Who was Rudy Johnson?
He was the Bengals running back in the day. I think he was like number 32. He was pretty decent. I think he was only like 45 years old. So it's, regardless of how old he was, it's sad to see him die. But yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, so you got those, again, there might be some other injuries, but, from coming out of it, those are, those are pretty significant injuries, to those 3 teams.
For sure.
You take away Bosa. San Francisco is what, 3-0, and you're taking away Bosa from them. Even though Dallas is, I think, 1-2, but you take away a CeeDee Lamb who is a big part of their offense.
Yeah.
From that standpoint, when you're looking at, he helped with the opening up the running game and stuff like that. So, and again, for the Jets, even though we're on the schneid, losing your middle linebacker, not the best thing.
No, definitely not. It makes it way harder to stop the run and to shut down tight ends.
Yeah.
We'll see, Matty. He had plenty of targets in Pittsburgh too, and he was never happy. So,
yep.
But yeah, it sucks though for anybody that had CeeDee Lamb in fantasy. I know I was one of the guys who have him in one of my leagues, and luckily I did really well with some surprise players, like really doing well, and it brought me through getting that 0 by CD. But yeah, man, it sucks. Like we're starting to get into the nitty gritty of the season where players are starting to go down and whatnot.
Yeah, look, obviously there's really, not a lot you could do about it, but it does go ahead and, it does suck. Yes, mental health is definitely a real thing.
I agree. Just not to like plug it because I get any money for it or anything, but if anybody does want to talk to anybody about mental health related stuff, on my channel, there's actually a link to get free like trial with BetterHelp, like an app where you can actually like get down. So just because it came up naturally, I plug that, not because they actually pay me anything. They'd be a lot cooler if they did. But I just also believe in, talking if you need to.
Yeah.
What's up,
And
Jim?
then you have geez, another one I just saw pop up. Mike Evans for the Bucks. He's out 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's a big one because Godwin's already injured, so
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I guess Ibuka is going to be getting all kinds of targets now.
Yeah, I mean it's good for them. Good for
Yeah.
them. Hey Jim, how you doing? Yeah. So I mean, so like I said, of that, and then obviously, the other big news is, the Giants have decided to. Hey, Big John.
Hey, happy birthday, Big John.
Giants have decided, I guess, to move on from Russell Wilson, and Jackson Dart is going to go ahead and start this coming week.
I saw that. I mean,
what do you guys think
see
about
how short that leash is? He just threw for like 400 yards and like 4 touchdowns, and the very next week he puts up a dud and he's out.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
Honestly, I think it's probably time. Rusk is only going to get you so far. You might as well see where the young guy can take you.
Johnny, you all right over there?
Yeah, I just remember who it is. I know we lost Eckler's for the year, basically. So,
yeah,
but we still got Bill, so we're good.
Yeah, but I mean, again, other than that, I would guess I would say some surprises.
Yeah, there definitely were
this past week as far as games go and stuff like that. But yeah, that's about it. Couple of minor trades and stuff like that. But overall, I mean, no other really big news.
Yep.
Yeah, more backups. Definitely, more backups are going to be, in games now, and it just goes to show you, you don't know. I mean, from a fantasy football standpoint, to Anthony's, from Anthony's perspective, yeah. I mean, if you have George Pickens now, you're probably, probably happy about it, right? I mean, you hate to see a guy go, but from a fantasy standpoint, it's okay. From that standpoint. If you had Russ, I don't know who would have had Russ on their team, but I guarantee you, if you look in leagues, I bet if Dart was not picked during any kind of draft, I'm sure on Yahoo and ESPN, if you look for the most ads, he'll probably be up there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
From that standpoint. So
he's looking like one so far, Maddie. Says Danny Dimes MVP. So how did we do last week, Michael?
So last week,
I know how I did. 9-7. Sucked.
So last week, Anthony went 10-6, and John and I both went 8-8. You look at, when you look at it, it's amazing in that we all got the Falcons-Panthers game wrong. We all got the Packers-Browns game wrong. We all got the Texans-Jaguars game wrong. And we all got the Cardinals-49ers and the Lions-Ravens games wrong.
Yeah. I did not expect the Packers to lose.
I'm happy we got that last one wrong. Anytime the Ravens lose, that's a win for me.
Yeah. So, so I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, it was an interesting week. I was saying, when you look at the games from last week, I mean, it wasn't that the Panthers beat the Falcons; they shut them out.
Yeah.
You know, they went 30. They won 130.
I don't disagree with you, Jimmy. We are not
Yeah.
in our glory days anymore. That's for sure. I'm an
You know,
advocate of bringing Big Ben back, though.
but I mean, you know, from that from that perspective and everything, you know, I mean, look, you look at the two differences between last week and this week with the Steelers as a prime example, right? Rodgers probably wasn't as much under, the gun and stuff, so he went ahead and, you know, he wound up going ahead and doing well enough for them to win. That's all they need, I mean, once the defense in Pittsburgh goes ahead and catches up and plays better, which by all but by what they've shown in the past, the defense will be a good defense.
Mhm.
It was kind of like, it's weird, but Rodgers is in the same position as he was with the Jets, no matter whether or not people want to believe it or not. But the Jets had a good defense, and it was, if they can get some decent quarterback play, they got a shot. I think Pittsburgh's in the exact same scenario with him. you know, the issue you have is you do have, you're in a, oh, well, your division just got a little easier with Burrow going out, and with the Ravens, being where they are. Um, but again, it's one of those things where it's we'll see. I mean, there's some quarterbacks out there that are playing horrible that I think nobody expected them to play horrible. There are quarterbacks out there that are playing really good that nobody expected them to play, you know, really good, in my opinion.
Definitely agree with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jim makes a good point here with the Vikings beating up on Rodgers. I definitely think that's going to happen. Although I definitely think the Steelers, might cause a little havoc there too. So I think it's going to be it's going to be a good game. But Steelers defense has been so lackadaisical. I have a hard time thinking they're going to be able to contain Justin Jefferson. Like that being said, like Vikings probably have a little bit of an edge this week. But then again, like who knows who's playing quarterback for them right now,
Right.
and if it is JJ, number one, he's young. Number two, he's not probably 100%. And Steelers have tons of pressure. So
I,
it
I
really
would be,
goes their way.
I honestly, I'd be surprised if they throw JJ out there.
I wouldn't, not against
Yeah.
the Steelers right now, especially with the way that Carson Wentz just played.
Yeah. I mean, from that standpoint, I mean, again, I'm not sure why you would throw JJ out there if he's healthy. I don't think he is yet. All the indications were when it happened that he was, 2 to 4 weeks, and with them basically being overseas for 2 of those weeks and then getting a bye, you know.
You're not wrong, Jim. I was happy once I saw the one in Detroit where Bettis got his ring. That was the first one of my lifetime. The four main ones were all right before I was born. So, but yeah, I'm super super happy with them all.
But Jimmy said, he was impressed with the Browns over the Packers. Yeah, I don't think anybody saw that one, and not in a 13-10 game.
No.
Definitely not 13-10. I mean, I was when I was looking at the scores for that game, when I was going through our list and stuff, and I was like, oh wow. I'm like, you got, what the hell? And the Browns scored all their points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, for sure. It's wild how they did that. Wish that what's his name would have gotten a few more. Jerry Judy, dude only put up like 2 points for me this week.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple of big breakout guys. Jonathan Taylor for Matty, he had 3
Yeah,
touchdowns.
he looked awesome.
You know, Hunter Henry for the from a tight end perspective, Hunter Henry did really well. He had
He
2
started the
TDs and stuff.
Steelers for the most part.
So
He ate their lunch.
yeah.
I was happy with the way Mariota played.
Oh
for
heck
us.
yeah.
And then McCaffrey getting his kickoff run back for a touchdown. That was awesome too.
Mm-hmm. You
Yeah.
guys want to go into this next week and pick teams, or do you want to go into the fantasy match against ChatGPT?
I'd say we do the Chat GPT first and
Yeah, that's fine.
choose at the end like we normally do.
Cool. Let's
I know
fire
we're gonna get the
up
90s.
DeLorean then. See where
But
we're
yeah,
going.
what's Jimmy had a good question there before we start. Red Beard Man says, how big of an influence do you think sports betting played into all sports now?
I think it plays in pretty big, personally.
I think
That's my own opinion, though.
I don't know. I mean, obviously it's everywhere now. I mean, and I think that when you look at it from, I mean, it was always betting, but at least it was like I want normal betting, right? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna lose? What's the point spread? Now it's these $10, 12 pick parlays. Bet $20. Pick these 12, and if you win, you could win $15,000 and all this kind of crazy stuff.
Not like back in the day when you had bookies,
right? But I mean, I think betting. I mean, all I'll say with this right now is I think it does 2 things. Number one, I think it changes the way people watch the game. That's number one. Number 2, I really hope it's not, causing any, nefarious actions by people. I know those 2 pitchers in Cleveland went ahead and got suspended because, they do, I guess in baseball, I guess there's some sites where it's so ridiculous, first pitch of the inning is going to be a ball or a strike or something. I mean, it's just like, some crazy stuff and everything. And so we'll see.
It's definitely interesting to think about, any potential, collusion or any kind of shadiness that could go down with all the gambling and stuff. It's like a multi-billion-dollar industry. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, as of right now, I haven't really heard anything about like games being rigged for it or anything like that. But players have been caught in the past, rigging games to, try to, gamble or to, not be killed by some mobster or, whatever. So,
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what's happening?
Yep. And Sean had a question. Do the Texans have an OC problem?
No, they just have
I
a
don't
Houston
think-
problem.
What was that?
They just have a Houston problem.
Yeah. I think, unfortunately, Sean, to be honest with you, I think other than Nico Collins and CJ Stroud, they have an offensive problem, in my opinion. You don't really go ahead and have your running game is suspect, even though you got even when Mixon comes back, you'll have Mixon and Chubb, which should be a formidable pair. But then you don't have anybody else for Stroud to throw to, and your offensive line is going ahead and causing you problems. That's definitely true. But I think, like I said, for the most part, I mean, I don't necessarily know if you have if you have as good a talent as you had, in CJ's first year.
Yeah.
So let's see where we're going to go. Maybe we'll actually get to play against CJ Stroud this week. So the options that we have left are the 2020s, the 1990s, and the 1980s.
Oh boy.
We are going to the 1990s, boys.
That's not too bad.
All right.
This is the decade where young Anthony's heart was first broken by the Dallas Cowboys. Whenever he first saw his first Steelers Super Bowl. And Neil O'Donnell marched out there and threw 2 interceptions to Larry Brown.
It's the
That's right.
decade
The
we won 2.
Steelers are 6-1, aren't they?
Which, speaking of rigging games, everybody in Pittsburgh was like, that jackoff rigged the game. Who the hell's Larry Brown? So let me see if I can get the 1990s up on our sheet here.
Let's see who they pick.
I actually feel pretty promising about this list. I think we can beat the 90s. Okay. Can you guys see the list?
No. So they took Young, Emmett Smith, Rice, Sharp, Morton Anderson, of course. Reggie White, unfigured. And you say, oh, Sanders. I don't know about Sanders. I think you could have picked better they could have picked better than Deion Sanders for cornerback, but hey, they can choose who they want.
Yeah, I feel good about this list. I mean, Steve Young's a good quarterback, but he's beatable. Like, the one thing that's good for him is he's going to be elusive, so run away from our blitzers. But, I mean, in the 90s, like, wouldn't Troy Aikman be kind of like the guy? How many Super Bowls did Steve Young win in the 90s? I'm pretty sure Troy Aikman won more. Didn't they win like 3?
Let's see here.
I mean, because even Elway had 2 in like the 90s.
Didn't they have like 3?
He was also elusive.
Didn't they have 3 in 2 years?
Dallas Cowboys had 3.
Yeah.
92, 93, 95.
Very interesting that for the 1990s, they pick Steve Young. When did Steve Young come in?
I thought it was like the mid-90s. Wasn't it like 93 or 94?
Because you had John Elway. You have Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Unless maybe they're looking, well, you did NFL, so.
I don't know if it was the Steve Young to Jerry Rice combo they were going for, or I think it's beatable.
I don't know.
He goes Bum Phillips, Steve McNair, Eddie George. Those are all good options. I definitely think that running back's pretty. If it's not Emmett, it's pretty simple for the 90s. It almost has to be Barry, I think.
I mean.
Did Bo Jackson play in the 90s?
No.
Okay. In quarterback, you could go.
That's actually not a bad call there. Jim said Peyton Manning, who was drafted in 98. Barry may be an a-hole, but he's very elusive.
Jim makes fun of the Jets. We're not going ahead and taking any of his suggestions. No, you'd have to go Barry for a running back. I mean, I don't know how you go anybody else there. But from a quarterback perspective, I mean, you have Elway, you have Brett Favre.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure out of one of those two. I'm not sure.
You don't like Rippon with the Super Bowl win?
No. You're not picking Mark Rippon. You're not. I don't get you. You have to. You're a way too much of a damn homer to take Mark Rippon over Brett Favre or John Elway.
Did Favre win a Super Bowl in the 90s?
Or even Aikman, too.
Or Troy Aikman. Stop.
I mean, heck, even Jim Kelly, but he lost a ton of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think
Tommy Maddox.
Was Warren Moon in the 90s as well? I think
He was drafted in 95, I think. That would actually. Oh wait, I thought you said Warren Moon. Warren Moon was probably in the 90s, but he was probably more famous in the 80s.
I was gonna say
I was thinking Warren Sapp when you said Warren Moon.
I
would definitely go with.
I think Elway.
I think Elway would be the way to go there.
I think Elway would be better just because my fear of Favre is the gunslinger mentality, and with Sanders and Atwater back there, it's a little bit easier to pick him off.
Yep, I don't dispute that. Let's see, wide receiver. So they got Jerry Rice,
Chris Carter.
Chris Carter would be good. Tim Brown would be good. If we wanted to go late 90s, Randy Moss was drafted, I think, in 98.
I disown all of you. Stop. Come on, Maddie. Maddie, when we get to the 2000s, we'll pick Jonathan Taylor, okay? You're 2020.
We'll definitely pick some Colts when they apply. I keep in mind, Maddie, I did pass on the great Cordell Stewart and Jerome Bettis, two of my favorite players of all time.
Gary Clark.
Who?
Clark. Stop it. Just stop it.
Hey, just because you don't have any Jets from the 90s that played any good.
But you don't have to pick every friggin' Pittsburgh, everything Washington guy because he might have caught a pass once because he caught 3 passes.
Well, wait a minute. What about Largent?
Once again, yeah, Largent was.
He would have been like 70s and 80s, though, right? For Largent?
Maybe.
I mean, Chris Carter, Michael Irvin, Tim Brown, I think those would be your 3 biggest names available.
I kind of like Anthony's Randy Moss for some reason.
We can throw Randy Moss in there. I'm okay with it.
Like, how good was he in the tournament? That's the thing.
I think he's probably the only wide receiver that could really go up against Rice. And that's just because he's too difficult to cover. So then we need somebody to go up against Shannon.
Here's where there's like nobody.
Wasn't Tony Gonzalez drafted in like 97? Like that dude played forever and a day. I'm almost positive his rookie card was junk wax.
Probably.
Like he was either 96 or 97. He was like right around the Kobe Bryant time frame, I think.
Well, they took Sharp. I know that. Jay Novacek.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I honestly, yeah.
I don't know like any of these guys even.
Yeah, I'm not sure unless again if you're gonna take a Randy Moss because he was drafted in 98. If Tony Gonzalez was drafted, 97, 98 or something, might as well take him. Or Tony Gonzalez. Yeah, Maddie's saying Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, 1997. He was a first-round pick.
I'm going with that.
Ben Coates, he was there from 93 to 98. He was Tom Brady before Brady.
Yeah, Ben Coates kind of sucked compared to like Shannon Sharp.
Oh yeah.
I think you need probably need Tony.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or Mark Chimura. I don't know if he would be up against Sharp, but
how did they get Jonathan Ogden?
I'm guessing he was probably a late 90s. Wasn't he like 96 or 98 draft pick somewhere in that range?
Yeah, because I mean, when you look, Willie Rolfe, Bruce Matthews might make.
Matthews would be really good. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Bruce Matthews.
You want Bruce? Bruce played like multiple positions on the line.
And he also played for like, I don't know, 1,000 years.
Yeah, at the top they have are Larry Allen, Randy McDaniel, Bruce Matthews, Jonathan Ogden, and Eric Williams.
Any kickers you guys are big on from the 90s? I would just say Gary Anderson because he was the Steelers kicker, but he was also like one of the better Steelers kickers.
I'm gonna
I don't really know many off the top of my head. Late 90s kickers.
That's what I'm gonna see what we got here.
On Wikipedia, Gary Anderson was second team all
Yeah.
decade for the 90s.
Yeah, there's not really. I mean, other than that, you have Nick Lowry, Matt Stover, Hanson, Jack, something Butler. Nobody really.
Ryan Fitzpatrick only played for 8 teams. I thought he played for a hell of a lot more.
Yeah, definitely Anderson for that.
Yeah, you might as well throw. Yeah, what the hell?
Defensive end. They have Reggie White. I would probably say Bruce Smith, who's probably the second best defensive end of that time frame. He has the sack leader besides what's his face? Deacon Jones.
I would think that would be a really good choice.
Or Strahan.
Actually, yeah, Strahan was like a 92, 93 draft pick?
93. You guys go with you want. I'm just throwing names out to you.
Does Strahan? He's just defensive end though. He didn't play deep tackle, did he? Or would we go Warren Sapp here? Like, where would you want to go with?
Yeah, defensive end. He was.
He wasn't even top 4 in the 90s. He might have been more in the 2000s. I think tackle. I think Warren Sapp. I'm not sure. I think that's a good choice. Cortez Kennedy would be the only other name. But I like Warren Sapp. I think
they don't even list Warren Sapp as part of the 90s guys.
I think he was right bigger, like Michael said, in the 2000s.
What about no, he wouldn't either.
Good. What Redskin now?
No, we're 90s, right?
Yeah, we're looking at linebackers now.
How can you pass on the fridge?
Is he an 80s guy?
Oh, he was in the 90s.
I guess from the standpoint was he a dominant figure or was he a name?
He was a big boy. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's true.
He was a big boy. He probably still is.
All right, OLBs. Let's see what we got here.
Let's see. I automatically go to Greg Lloyd, but then again, I'm a Pittsburgh guy, and they already have.
What about if you went Kevin Green?
Yeah, that's who they have is Kevin Green.
Oh, damn it!
And the other one too.
That's why I went Greg Lloyd. I just looked at the other side of the field.
Probably Derek Thomas.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's
Derek Thomas would be great. Yeah.
If they have Junior Matty already.
Is it with an I?
Yes, Derek is with an I. Yes.
Double RICK and then Tomas.
Yeah, so Junior's the middle.
Cornelius Bennett. Hardy
Cornelius
Nickerson.
Bennett's not bad. You know who was actually drafted in 96 is Ray Lewis, as much as I hate the friggin' Ravens.
I'm okay with that.
That would be a good way to get to Steve Young.
Yeah, I'm okay with that one.
If worse comes to worse, we lose the game.
Smith.
If we would lose the game, Ray Lewis could just murder whoever the opposing team is.
There you go. What about Singletary in that position too?
Is a redskin and outer part of the baloney, as Jimmy would say.
And that's why the Steelers suck. That's what I'm saying.
Bravo, Jimmy. Bravo.
Cornerback, you got to go with Woodson.
I was thinking that too, but obviously I'm Steeler, so are you good with Woodson, Michael?
Yes.
Well, wait a minute. Now Mike's going to hate this, but Darryl Green was, I think, better than Woodson with speed-wise.
Then why isn't Darryl Green is on there? Yeah, okay. He was second team. I know that's recognizable. At least he made like a real list.
How about safety? What do you guys think there? Do you want to give him Darryl Green?
Green was a corner.
I think Woodson was probably better still, but I'd be okay with throwing him a bone if you don't think it'll lose the match.
I don't care. You guys can keep Woodson. That's fine.
Ronnie Lott.
I never even thought of Ronnie Lott.
No. As your safety.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Where's Steve Atwater?
They have Steve Atwater.
Oh, of course. He lists Woodson as being back there too, or Blaine Bishop. I don't even know who that is. Leroy Butler. Let's just put somebody we don't know in there and see what happens.
I think he played for the Packers, didn't he?
But he did play for the Packers. I don't think, Jim. I don't think you can say who was worse, Rodgers or Favre. There, both of them are considered two of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we're gonna,
here's all I'm going to say, Anthony, is if we win or lose, I'd like to change, if you can, change out Woodson with Green and run it to see if he would have helped us at all. If you want to.
We'll run with Green, and then we'll ask at the end if Woodson made a difference if we lose.
And safety, lot, definitely, I would say yes.
All right. Predictions. What do you guys think is going to happen? Chat and you two guys. Think we are going to win this week, or do you think we're going to lose?
I'm going to say we're going to win by 3 points since that's how they go. Nobody blows out each other, so I'm not going to predict the actual score, but I'm going to say we're going to win by 3. And a Gary Anderson last-minute field goal.
Nice. Michael?
I think we win by 7 at least.
That was going to be my prediction as well. You have any prediction on the score?
30-23.
I was going to say we're really close. I was going to say 31-24.
I'm going 23-21. 23-20. Sorry, 23-20.
So we all think we're going to win this week. It's good.
It might not be a good thing.
Apparently,
because if you look at our NFL picks, when we all pick the same team, we tend to lose more than we win.
True.
All right, Sean, you're saying ChatGPT wins because Sanders fumbles and we lose 27-24. Sean has us taking an L.
I could see that happening. I mean, it's happened half the times we've played thus far, so it could very well continue.
The Steve Young, Jerry Rice pairing, them knowing each other well. But I just, Young's ability to scramble. But I think, with Bruce Smith and Sapp, and so I think we got a shot.
I would agree.
Make sure you run it where they don't show us the numbers at the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. Is get it to where it doesn't spoil this for us.
Sean thinks Emmitt Smith goes off.
I could see that happening.
Yeah.
That could definitely happen.
Anthony, whatever question you put in there, you should probably take that question and just throw it in one of the cells of the spreadsheet, and this way you can just copy and paste it rather than happen to copy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you're not wrong in that.
I mean, we do pretty, Sean, if we lose 27-24 and Emmitt Smith goes off, I mean, we didn't do that bad then.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and share the screen. Okay. Apparently it's still sharing the other thing. No wonder it was going so slow. Share screen. Okay, pregame atmosphere. The stadium is electric. Fans are split down the middle, waving for Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. Chants for Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith. Both defenses snarling at the line of scrimmage. This isn't just football. It's legacy on the line. First quarter. ChatGPT starts with the ball. Steve Young opens up with precision, hitting Jerry Rice on a quick slant for 12. Emmitt Smith churns out steady yardage behind Jonathan Ogden's massive protection. On 3rd and long, Derek Thomas explodes around the edge, forcing Young to throw it away. Morton Anderson drills a 48-yard field goal. 3-0 ChatGPT. Dialed in team responds. John Elway rolls out, buys time, finds Randy Moss deep, covered tightly by Deion Sanders, but Moss climbs the ladder, pulls it down for 35 yards. Barry Sanders makes a jaw-dropping cut, leaving Junior Seau gasping for air. Drive stalls in the red zone, but Gary Anderson ties it. 36-yard field goal, 3-3. Second quarter, defensive fireworks. Reggie White blows past Bruce Smith and plants Elway for a sack. On the next drive, Ray Lewis times a bliss perfectly, crushes Emmitt Smith in the backfield. The game becomes a slugfest at the line. Momentum swings. Steve Young finds Shannon Sharp up the seam, dragging Ronnie Lott for extra yards. A few plays later, Rice breaks free on a post route. Touchdown 28 yards out. But Elway doesn't flinch. He rifles the ball to Tony Gonzalez over the middle, then hits Moss again, this time on a fade against Atwater. Touchdown. Stadium erupts 10-10 at halftime. Dowden strikes first. Barry Sanders takes a handoff, jukes Kevin Green, bounces outside, and races 42 yards before Deion Sanders tracks him down.
Elway that's a lie right there. When did Deion learn to tackle?
Yeah,
Elway caps it off with play action strike to Gonzalez in the end zone. 17.
Maybe he pushed him out of bounds.
Yeah, he must have.
ChatGPT answers. Young uses his legs, scrambling for a huge 25-yard gain. On 3rd and goal, he fakes to Emmitt and rolls left, fires a dart to Sharp. Touchdown. The crowd senses something special brewing. Both teams evenly matched, trading haymakers. Fourth quarter, defense tightens. Bruce Smith swats Young's pass at the line. Reggie White crushes Elway for another sack. Every snap feels like a war. With 6 minutes left, Emmitt Smith punches through for a steady gain, setting up Anderson for another field goal, 20-17, ChatGPT. But Elway has the ball with 2 minutes to play. The stadium roars. He finds Moss for 15, Gonzalez for 12. Sanders bursts for 9 more. They're at midfield with under a minute left. 30 seconds remain. 3rd and 6. Elway drops back. Ray Lewis picks up the blitz. Elway launches deep down the sideline. Moss and Deion leap together. What? What? Do you want me to finish the final play? Of course I want to know who wins.
What the hell? What?
Yes.
What the heck? What the heck happened there?
Perfect. Final drive. Last seconds. Elway's deep ball spirals perfectly. Moss and Deion both skying for it for a split second. It looks like Moss has it, but Deion, primetime himself, rips it free at the last instant. Incomplete. The clock shows 22 seconds left. 4th and 6. Everything rides on this play. The stadium is deafening. Elway lines up in shotgun. Sanders to his left. The snap comes. Elway feels pressure as Reggie White rushes. John Randall collapses the pocket. Elway scrambles, launches across the middle towards Gonzalez. Steve Atwater steps in front of the interception. Dang. Atwater clutches the ball, drops to his knees. Stadium erupts. Steve Young trots onto the field, kneels it down. The game is sealed. ChatGPT wins 20-17. The MVP.
I mean, another 3-point game.
Yep.
Like every single one is 3 points.
So apparently, Jerry Rice is the MVP with 7 catches, 118 yards, 1 touchdown. Key defensive play was the Atwater interception. The turning point was Young's scrambling ability that kept drives alive, while Dion neutralized Moss enough to prevent a second touchdown. Stat of the game, Emmitt Smith's grinding 90 yards set up Anderson's 2 crucial field goals.
So I don't think that Darrell Green or Woodson would have helped during this game. Doesn't look
Well,
like.
none of them are even mentioned.
I know, right?
Green wasn't even
We didn't have
mentioned at all.
Woodson,
It's
but
like,
I don't think it really would have made that much of a difference unless he would have neutralized Rice more.
Yeah.
Let's see. I guess let's ask. Would Rod Woodson have made out in?
John says defense wins games. Back would have been reduced. Final drive, instead of Atwater, Slinger Young testing the middle early in the fourth. Woodson jumps the route, Tenera flips the field. Elway capitalizes with a short TD. Chat GPT never would have had the late.
Yeah, it looks like we would have won with Woodson.
Huh.
With his extra coverage on Rice and Sharp. May have had a extra turnover potential.
Very interesting.
Run a full alternate.
It's crazy how close these games are.
Yeah. Did you weren't you going to figure out how to put that in a WAV file so you wouldn't have to read it?
Yeah, I forgot to look it up. If I'm being honest, I totally forgot. It would have been much better to just have it
But
figured
it
out.
is funny how every game is only 3 points.
Yeah.
Game.
Even our preseasons, they were 3 points. It's like, really? Think you guys can't go higher than that?
I know.
Or we just don't have any teams that can do that?
I mean, we could tell it to have one team blow the other out, but I mean, I don't know if it's realistic with as good as both.
Let's not do that. That could be ugly. That could be way too ugly in the damn long run.
Hang on a minute, let me type that in real quick just to see.
What?
All out win. I bet you we'd get crushed.
Let's actually see what would happen.
I had a feeling you were thinking that. Because he doesn't have to read everything. We just got to see the score.
I'm going to just say keep Rod Woodson in, but have one team blow the other out.
Buttons for punishment.
I mean, if we were ever to keep both Woodson and Green, I think we'd win there.
You reshare.
But it's funny. I mean, you really didn't hear much. You didn't hear about Darrell Green, and you didn't hear about Ronnie Lott either.
Ronnie Lott got burned one time. He got dragged by.
Yeah, that was all.
It looks like we're going to blow them out now. Yes, the alternative simulation. This is what it should have been, guys, all along.
What did you wait? Oh, instead of a nail biter, one team. That's what you put.
I actually just put keep Rod Woodson in, but have one team blow the other out.
Okay.
So basically, it's us just crushing them now. So I guess we can kind of just go to the bottom and see how much.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, we are 49. The MVP is Rod Woodson. He had a pick six, 2 passes defensed, and he erased Jerry Rice.
Yeah, we can't. That's.
Why didn't we just say for us to blow them out from the beginning?
That would be unfair.
Yeah, that would be unfair. Okay, I guess we'll go with the loss for this week. But that was so
we're 2-2. It's not bad. It's early in the season.
It made me feel a little bit better just to see us crush them. So, what do you guys think is going to happen this week? You want to go into some predictions?
Sure.
Do it.
You want to? All right. So hey, so our week starts on Thursday, and we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals.
I'm going to go with the Birds.
They're both birds.
I know. That's why I said that.
You're going what? You're going to go with the Seattle
Yeah, I'm going to go with
Cardinals?
Seattle. Yeah. I'm going to go with the birds in Seattle.
I'm going.
I like the Cardinals
Yeah.
at home.
Same
Johnny?
here. Same here. Cardinals at home.
And then we have our first regular season game out of the country as the Minnesota Vikings face the Pittsburgh Steelers in Dublin, Ireland. This is also the last week where we won't have bye weeks. After this, for the next 10 weeks, we'll wind up having teams on a bye. So, but this one is going to be, so it'll be that early morning start if you decide you want to watch the game. The Minnesota Vikings, I'm going to, they have Pittsburgh listed as the home team, but doesn't really matter. I don't,
There really is no home team in this one.
Man, oh man, oh man. We know who Anthony's going to go with. I think that's a pretty simple one.
Do we though?
Yeah. All right, Anthony, who you going with?
I want to go with the Steelers, but I think that the Vikings might beat us. But I'm going to go with the Steelers anyway. I still think the Vikings are going to win, though. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I like the Vikings. I think I think I like the Vikings. Not for any particular reason. I think they're playing well. Their offense looked good. I don't think they miss a beat with Carson Wentz for another week. I'm going there. Johnny?
Vikings.
Yeah, I might have
by three. By three. Only by three.
All right, then we're back here in the United States of America. The Carolina Panthers travel to Massachusetts to play the football team that plays up there. John, who you got?
I'm taking the Panthers on this one.
I kind of agree with you. I think I really think that Young is starting to play. They got a good running game there. I like the Panthers on the road.
1.5 point underdogs, but I'll still take them.
Anthony?
I'm going to go the other way. Just because I could see Drake May continuing what he was building against the Steelers. He looked really good outside of some really fluky turnovers.
I hear you. Then we follow that up with the Cleveland Browns travel to Detroit to play the Lions. I don't know. I don't think. I know they had I know they slowed the Packers offense down. That was at home. This being on the road, and I think Detroit. I think their offense is starting to hit its stride, so I'm going to take the Lions. John?
The Lions going to slaughter them.
Yeah, I'm going to also go with the Lions, but I can't not say this. Shout out to the
Los Angeles Chargers travel east to face the New York Football Giants with Jackson Dart, rookie, starting his first game. I think, although they're at home, and I think the crowd is going to be super pumped. I think this is something the fans were screaming about this. I think the Chargers, with that offense, I just think they're going to go ahead and win the game. Anthony?
I'm with you, man. Chargers are going to keep going. I'm a big fan of Justin Herbert. I think he's going to dice them up.
Yeah. John? Oops, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Keep
basically wrapping up.
I'm taking the Chargers. I don't think Dart is ready yet.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say the only thing really for the Giants is I could see Abdul Carter, if he's playing, maybe doing a little something for them for the other side. But I think there's going to be too much going on with the Chargers.
Yeah, running it. I mean, they are playing well. Also, I mean, they're 3-0, doing well. They're already 2 games up in their division after 3 weeks. So, we'll talk about this one. I think this is going to be a fairly simple one. The New Orleans Saints travel to Buffalo, New York, to play the Buffalo Bills. Is anybody picking the Saints?
I don't even think New Orleans is picking the Saints.
But then again, none of us picked the Browns, so I mean, there is that possibility, but very doubtful.
Yeah.
The Saints are one of those teams where I just look at who they're playing and I pick them.
Yeah, I hear you.
So it's all
loud and clear. Philadelphia Eagles travel south. It's the battles of there are 3-0 teams. They travel to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so somebody's O has got to go. Philadelphia at Tampa. John.
Philly hasn't impressed me at all this year yet. All their games have been close and possible losses, so I'm going with Tampa Bay on this one.
I'm going the other way. I'm going with Philly because there's both receivers now are injured in Tampa. Like they still have Ibuka and some other weapons, but I'm just going to say due to injuries, Philly edges them out.
Yeah, I mean, I look at the way Tampa played. I know it was on the road, but I look at how they played, and they just eked out that game against the Jets, and I think Philadelphia might just be a little better than the Jets, so I'm going to take Philadelphia. All right, here's a tough one here. Here is a tough one. The old Houston Oilers, a.k.a. Tennessee Titans, travel to Houston to play the Houston Texans.
Well, guess what? Sean, I'm going to go ahead and pick your Houston Texans to beat the old Houston Oilers.
Oh, man. What's the line on this one, John?
Line on this one? Let me look. I didn't keep it up this time. I don't think it's that big. There we go. Come on, computer. You got to go a little faster than this.
This is another game where somebody's O has got to go.
Yep.
0-3 versus 0-3. Tennessee's given up 94 points. They're a minus 43. Houston's given up 51. They're minus 13 in point differential.
Yeah, I think that's. Let me see. I'm on ESPN. Houston's favored by 6.5.
Yeah, I'm going to take the home team. It didn't work out last week. No, we all picked Houston last week, and it didn't work out for us.
No.
But
I'm old Houston then.
I'm a glutton for punishment.
Is Houston due for the win, or are the Titans due for the win?
I think C.J. Stroud is due.
He's due. He is. Yeah, Texans.
He's better than like the trash he's looked like this year. No offense, Sean, because I think that he's way better than he's looked.
It's not going to be a blowout by any means. It'll be a close one again, I think.
What do you think, John?
I'm going Texans.
Oh, you going Texas too? Sorry.
Yeah, Philly's
All right.
only by 3.5. Nice. Means I'll win that one.
We got the 2-1 Commanders travel down here to Atlanta to face the 1-2 Falcons.
Is
any word, John? Any word on Daniels?
He's still day to day, but I think we're going to hold them out, and Mariota's going to play again and probably tear them apart. We could put in our third string and probably tear Atlanta apart. But
Yeah, I think Washington's going to win. Also, I don't know. I just don't think Atlanta was
Stop blocking.
So,
as good
Logan?
as that game they won showed. Hey,
No.
Larkin, how you doing?
Yeah,
Anthony?
I'm also going with Washington as well, just because I went with Atlanta last week and they burned me, jerks.
Now, this one is going to be a very interesting game. We have Matty Ice's Indianapolis Colts traveling west to Los Angeles to play the Rams. The 2-1 Rams versus the 3-0 Indianapolis Colts.
This is one of the tougher matchups of the week for me because it really comes down to if they can establish the run game. If they can get John Taylor running like they were running last week, the Colts are going to keep going. But the Rams have such a potent pass offense right now. Between Puka Nakua and Devontae Adams, I just think that there's so many weapons that Stafford has to utilize there. So really, this one could go either way. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Rams this time.
I like the Rams also, more of just because I look at what the Rams did against the rushing attack that Philadelphia has, and Philadelphia has a really good rushing attack.
Yep.
And they held them pretty good. I think their defense can do it again, and I think they can, stifle a little bit of, Jonathan, and I think that can go ahead and propel them for the win. Johnny?
Well, I'm going to go against the Pickers at Rams at 3.5. I'm taking Matty Ice's Colts to go 4-0.
Nice. Jacksonville Jaguars and their 2-1 record travel to San Francisco for the 3-0 49ers, who I'm not sure. We still don't know the status of Purdy, but then I heard Mac Jones went ahead and got a little dinged up. They just lost Joey Bosa. I think one of their wide receivers is a little nicked up, but Jaguars traveling to San Francisco.
This is a tough one.
This is definitely a
I think
tough.
that the Niners are due for a loss. I just don't know if the Jaguars are good enough to give it to them yet. It's a tough one. Because they've lost so many people. That's why it's like at some point they're going to take a loss. Like they can't keep beating these teams with, all of their, key players out. I'm going to go Jacksonville just because of all the injuries.
Do the Niners and Dodgers share the same training staff? Yeah, you got that right.
Seems like it. Think those guys want to go work in Baltimore?
Man. 49ers have the Rams the following week on Monday night football. On Thursday night football. Do they look ahead? You know what? I'm going to take Jacksonville also. I think it's an upset, but I'm going to do it.
Put me down for the Niners. They're going to take that 3.5-point favorite and just crush them.
Now, another very interesting game, and it is hard to believe that one of these two teams are going to be 1-3 after 4 weeks as the Ravens travel to the Kingdom to go against the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's going to be a tough one, too. I think the Ravens are a better team, if I'm being honest with you. So I'm going to pick Baltimore to beat Kansas City, even though that hurts my heart because I hate the Ravens.
Johnny?
Ravens. And Kansas City hasn't shown me anything. Yeah, Mahomes. I mean, how they played against New York did not show me anything spectacular.
I'm going with the Chiefs. I don't know why. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to will them to win this game. I'm just wondering if they are going to, at some point in time, call up Miami and see if Miami may want to get rid of the Cheetah and bring him back to Kansas City.
Surprised they have him already.
So who knows?
He'd fit in perfect.
Yep. The Ravens have the worst defense in the league. That is very true.
I'm a fan of that.
The Chicago Bears travel to Viva Las Vegas and play the Raiders. And let's go with Johnny first.
The Bears. They beat Dallas last week. There you go.
Caleb Williams is a grown man right now. He is making me a very proud fantasy owner.
Geno Smith played really well.
Yeah, Geno Smith didn't do too bad either.
Geno Smith. If you had Geno Smith in fantasy football, I mean, they only scored 24 points, but he threw for 289 yards with 3 touchdowns. Against the Commanders, against the Skins, I should say, against that defense. Bears defense, I'm not sure. Going to be at home. I don't know if there is a. I don't know if there is a spread with this one.
Bears are ahead, up by 1.5.
Bears are up 1.5. I'm going to take the Raiders.
You made
And
Gates
Tony?
a proud man. I'm going with the Bears. The Bears.
All right. Ho, 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 ho. The prodigal parson comes home as Micah Parsons goes back as the Packers goes back to Dallas to play the Cowboys.
It's going to be a pack attack. I'm going to give this one to Micah. I think with the injury to CD Lamb, Dallas just doesn't have enough to keep in it because George Pickens is a head case.
Mikey?
I got to take Green Bay too. I mean, I think it's going to be interesting. I think this is one of those games, man, where, I mean, the revenge factor of Parsons, it's going to be really, really interesting. Johnny?
I am taking the Packers, and something tells me I don't even know if Dak Prescott will even play in the game because they pulled him out of the last one.
Yeah.
He does play.
All right, and then once again, we have a doubleheader on Monday Night Football with the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to the Mile High City for the Denver Broncos.
I will gladly pick the Denver Broncos in this one. I think that they have a good enough defense to handle Jamar Chase, and a lot of the rest of that team is banged up right now. So I'm going to definitely go with the Broncos.
Me too. I don't think Browning could go ahead. I think Browning came back to earth a little bit, and that's what I'm going to.
I'm going with the favorites here in the Broncos. They're 7.5-point favorites.
All right. And then the last game, and I heard that this game is going to be flexed to the Comedy Channel. It's the New York Jets against the Miami Dolphins.
They
Jets.
I mean, are they even putting that on TV? Is that worth a game to put on TV?
That game is Monday night, 7:15 on ESPN.
Probably going to be blacked out for everybody.
I'm going with your boys, Mike.
That's going to be one of those ones where that game starts at 7:15. The Bronco game starts at 8:15. They're going to see a massive drop in viewership at about 8:00. if they can hold them together for the first 45 minutes of that game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
I want to hear who Mikey's taking in this one.
All right, Anthony.
I'm going with your Jets.
John?
I'm going with your Jets, even though Miami's favored by 2.5.
I think the Jets got off the schneid. I'm going to take them too, just because, I mean, I just don't want to pick Miami.
I don't blame you. As a proud Jets fan, I wouldn't either.
It's going to be interesting, to say the least. But, you know, excuse me. We'll see what happens. So, you know, and some interesting games. But as Lawkins said, you know this last week with some no shows, yeah, it was crazy. I mean, and Lawkins, you said the Bengals and the Falcons. I mean, to be honest with you, the Packers pulling a no show against Cleveland was ridiculous. Also,
yep.
Yeah, only 3 good games this week, potentially. Well, yeah. I mean, there are some you never know that they could, like the Panthers against the football team from Massachusetts. That could wind up being a good game per se, but not like, not a game that I mean, it could be a good game as far as, back and forth and so on and so forth. I don't know from a watchability standpoint, but it could be a good game if from that there are some of these games that could be good games. Eagles Tampa Bay could be a good game with the Bucks playing at home.
I think that is going to be a good one there.
Yeah, Chiefs, Bucks, and Rams games. Yep.
Yeah. All Steeler games are good games.
That's
to me they are.
but that's 9:00 in the morning.
Eagles are favored.
I'm not even going to get to watch the game, which is sad. I'm going to have to figure out a way to DVR it or just watch highlights from church.
9:30 a.m. Tickets as low as $799.
Well, that's a steal.
That's actually not much more expensive than going to Acroshore where they play right now. You're basically paying $400 or $500 to sit at Peanut Heaven right next to Jesus.
I just want to understand. I mean, yeah, I'm just curious how the hell, Minnesota drew the damn short straw to go ahead and play in Dublin and then have to play in London the week after.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. Well, I mean, maybe they just stay out there. That's what I would do because Dublin and London aren't too far because they're like one of the shortest plane rides in the world, actually, believe it or not. Yeah. They're just like right over like a body of water. They're both in the UK.
Yeah, you're right, Anthony. You're right, Locking. Actually, if you get to go, I don't even know if nosebleeds are $800 for this WrestleMania coming back to Allegiant Stadium. But
it was definitely cheaper than that when I went. I went to I think 39 it was when they were in LA.
Yeah, but I guess Alkin said, from a terrible game perspective. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, the truth is, Tennessee Houston could be a good game, even though Houston's favored by a crap ton. It could be it could be a decent game if you're a fan of that. If you're a guy who just or a girl who just likes watching football and doesn't really care, then maybe it's not going to be that great of a game. Who knows? Right. It's football. It's always fun to watch.
For sure. I completely agree with that walk-in.
We're all
You
gonna
guys
be like,
coming up on the channels this week you guys want to promote or talk about?
I don't have anything.
Collecting Profit tomorrow night. I forgot what episode number we're up to. What is it, like 142?
A gajillion.
In the 40s, I know that.
And
Bonnie?
it don't stop.
Just so you know, we're all going to be probably like 2 and whatever this week after these games. We're just going to get trounced. Our
Why?
pay down the tubes.
But guys, make sure you go over to Michael's channel if you haven't already at Huddle Card Collection. He's going to have Collecting Profit tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Live podcast. Talks about sports cards, eBay, the hobby, all kinds of fun stuff. That's your bag.
Episode 143.
Nice.
We doing a recap or no?
Definitely going to talk about it for sure.
'Cause
Definitely going to talk about it for sure. Just I will. I'll send you guys the invites if you want to come on, pop on. But definitely going to talk about it. It's a very interesting show. Yeah.
And just
You change it from 8 a.m.
Oh, maybe you have it set up wrong. Maybe you have it set to 8 a.m. instead of 8 p.m. or
yeah,
something.
Mike would be doing it by himself at that point.
I will double check that. It should be 9 p.m. Hopefully, I didn't. screw it
And
up.
just because Collecting Profit is so awesome, we're going to actually end this show with the old school Collecting Profit intro.